Osmond from the Columbia Dramatists who organized this event for us, Jennifer Rudell and Alan Chandler, who did the directing, and of course all the actors who come and put into the time. Thank you all very much. The first scene is Edward the Teller by Jim Northern. Next.
Hi. Oh, can I borrow your pen? I forgot to sign my check.
If you're cashing it, don't put your account number.
Don't?
Right.
Don't write my account number?
Right.
You know, I hate this barrier. I feel like I can't even hear you. You need my card?
No.
You recognize me?
My pen.
You know me.
My pen.
From the first day?
Yes.
When I opened my account?
You have my pen.
Oh. Isn't it annoying having to transact business through this little opening?
No, we were robbed.
Really? Even with this barrier?
No, before. I was the last one robbed at gunpoint before they put this bandit barrier up. 3 times in 5 months we were robbed. How would you like it?
Oh, God, I wouldn't. Sounds
No,
frightening.
I mean the money from your check.
Oh. Anyway.
20,
5.
20, 40, 60, 80, 100.
How come you didn't leave here?
Damn.
Oh, God. Oh, God, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I always thought tellers could count and talk at the same time.
Listen, you've got to stop. They time us.
What?
They keep track of the amount of time a customer spends at a window.
You're kidding.
No.
This job is demeaning. You've been shot.
It's not. You don't understand. I like it here, and you're killing my transaction time.
How do they time it?
With the blinking light. The blinking light has a sensor. It's hooked up to a computer. All the teller's windows are hooked up to the computer. When someone comes to the window, the blinking light stops. When the light stops, the clock starts. The computer measures the amount of time the light is off. At the end of the night, it averages each teller's transaction time. I'm the fastest. And I prove every day, except the day you opened your account, I showed $55. You beat me for $55.
I did not.
Did you count your money that day when you left my window?
No. I trusted you.
Stop. Today when I saw you come in, I said to myself, it's random. It's completely random. What?
I let people go in front of me.
Oh, God, I hate that.
Can you leave here?
No.
I mean, just to go get coffee or something. I mean, what do you have lunch?
I'm going to give you 40 20s, 6 10s, 1 5, 1 1.
Move your arm. Let me see your name tag.
140, 60,
Edward!
yes. 140, 160, 180.
My name's Cecilia.
40. I know. 260.
My mother wanted to be a professional ballet dancer. I mean, she actually danced with a professional company before she met my father. Cecilia's the one who lures what's his name away from the bride, you know, the night before he's supposed to get married, but she turned out to be a doll built by his father, Dr. Capelius. I danced in college, but I hated it when it felt like pantomime, so I stopped. Now, I work for the Wall Street Journal. That's 2 weeks pay.
500,
I'm the assistant to the person who reviews dance. My mother was really high strung. She had really long legs.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 60.
Can you leave here?
I only get 45 minutes.
Fine, when?
15 minutes?
Where should I meet you?
Right here.
So I should come back here to your window in 15 minutes.
Yes. Thank you. Next.
Thank you.
Next.
I'll be back.
Next.
getting fat.
You're ugly. You're mean too.
No meaner than you.
Fuck you. Am I really getting fat?
Are pigs pink?
The Pope Catholic. Is the sky blue? Is Damon Krebs a middle-aged loser?
Good. Good, we're finding our celestial level of hate. Glad you got down to it.
I do hate you, you know.
Yes, and I hate you. We hate each other. Watch who you're calling a loser, you third-rate Jean Harlow impersonator. If it were not for me, you would still be selling acid in Central Park. You'd still be a wretched little scuzz princess with nothing on your mind except the design and placement of your next tattoo.
If it weren't for me, where would you be? Who would keep you company? Take care of you.
You take care of me, huh? I rather thought it was the other way around. If you weren't here wasting my time with your complaints and your emotional problems, perhaps I might get some work done on my play.
Your play? By the time you finish it, the national language will be Urdu. It has taken you 15 years to write 50 pages of that stupid play. I think that about says it all.
Well, I had to do a lot of revisions. Besides, people like you keep taking up my time. At least I have some artistic talent.
I happen to be a manicurist and a hair designer. And if that ain't artistic, I don't know what is.
Correction, my little blonde blimp. You were a hair designer. They fired you because your hands shook too much when you were holding the scissors, remember?
They were shaken because of those drugs you took. And at least I worked for a living. Imagine if you didn't have a trust fund. Imagine if you had to work. Now that's a laugh.
I can work as well as any man can. And I have worked. I was a disc jockey.
Yeah, that was in college.
Why do I waste my time on brainless scum like you? You make me sick. I want an ambulance. Ambulance!
Are you feeling sick, honey?
No more than usual. I just want to hear the wail of a speeding ambulance and watch its red light spinning passionately around.
Oh, I want to see an IV sticking out of that scar tissue you call a brain. I want to see an IV, too. I want an IV, too. I miss seeing my blood going through it, too. I want someone to take care of me and prove to me how sick I really am.
Remember when we met, my dumpling? Which hospital was it?
I think it was Gracie Square. Was it Bellevue?
It was during my third rehab, maybe my fourth. I looked up from my meatloaf and there you were, lying on a stretcher. You looked so peaceful, like a marble angel. I thought you were dead. What were you there for again?
Well, first I was in the schizo ward, and then in the manic depression clinic, and then drug rehab, And they couldn't decide what to do with me, so they let me go.
Remember how I waited for you? I spent 2 days and nights in the parking lot waiting for you to get released.
I stepped out there, and you were the first person I saw leaning against the wall in the parking lot with a bottle of peach wine. And you took me home with you.
You smell terrible. You need a shower.
Oh, I don't like to shower. What I really need is a drink.
We're all out of tequila. I just finished the gin. There should be some beer in the icebox.
No, there's no beer.
But I always have beer in there.
Not if you don't buy it. Is it too late to order some?
Of course it's too late. It's 3 a.m. Sunday morning. Look, why don't we smoke some crack
I
instead?
don't want crack. I want a drink. What are you, deaf or something?
Okay.
I want a drink.
Here's some money. Do you know the 24-hour deli 4 blocks from here?
You want me to go out alone? Out there? Now? Oh, what if some sicko drug addict bothers me or something? Did you plan this out? Are you trying to get rid of me? Is that it? Is that it?
You insufferable tart. It's not such a big deal.
Then why don't you go?
I fall in love with potential.
With potential? That's bad. That's very bad.
I do too. I fall in love with the possibility of changing someone. That's why I go for overt assholes. That's potential.
Potential is bad. That's bad. I fall in
What
love
do
with...
you fall for, Clement? Tell me and perhaps I'll be it for you.
Mary.
Well, what? I mean, I'm just kidding your poor sensitive brother. I mean, doesn't he know that I see his potential?
Don't talk about me as if I'm not here.
I wish
Do you want me to leave? Is that it, Mary?
I wish I
No,
wasn't here.
don't leave, Clement.
No, Annabelle, don't leave.
I'm just sick of having to deal with the leftovers of your love affairs with my friends. For years I've had to deal with your sloppy passions. In high school, my friends were afraid to tell me. I'd find out weeks or months later. Little did I know that after I went to bed, you were busy seducing my friends who were sleeping over. I wouldn't have cared if someone had told me. I hate secrets. At least Mary could tell me.
Love? What was love about it, Clement?
We don't have to talk about it in front of Annabelle.
Oh, fine. I'll leave.
She can handle it. You wouldn't believe all that she can handle, your little sister. You wouldn't believe the men she's fucked in the blink in her eyes.
Annabelle?
Mary.
Well, it's true, isn't it? I mean, not that I haven't done more or anything. I mean, we're all the same, is what I'm trying to say. I don't have to look at her like she's better than me. I'm better in bed, anyway. So some of our shared men have told me.
Well, while you're at it, Mary, why don't you go right ahead and tell him about us? That would be a good shocker. Isn't that what you're dying to tell him?
Annabelle, don't be funny. We're talking about love, not sex.
Oh, I am talking about
But
love.
Mary, we didn't have sex, and we're not in love. I have sex with Martha, and I love my sister. Leave her alone.
Clement, you don't need to stand up for your sister. She can hold her own. Why don't you answer my question?
One question.
You asshole. I asked you what makes you fall in love, except for your sister. Oh. Is that why you like fucking your friends so much? Yes, making vicarious love with your sister. How romantic.
No.
I won't be used like that.
Mary, leave him alone. He's not in love with me. He loves me. You just don't understand love without sex. And don't think he only sleeps with my friends. He sleeps with lots of people. My friends just have to be accessible. I'm sorry to break that to you. You were the object of accessibility. Not every man you kiss is always going to fall for you, Mary.
You always have.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Annabelle, I'll be back in a little while.
Where did he go?
I don't know. Maybe to call someone. Maybe just to get some fresh air.
Do you think he freaked out and went to go make up with his girlfriend?
Mary, he was never broken up with his girlfriend. I'm telling you, he's not the person for you.
A setting somewhere in rural Connecticut, a well-furnished room inhabited by grandmother. In her room are lamps, walled bookshelves, a desk, and an oversized settee which also serves as a bed. Curtains cover several windows, gaily painted and tastefully decorated. This room serves as a domicile, yet everything about the room works against the idea of it being a home. It appears to be night at all times inside the room. The lamps are on, and smoke fills the room from grandmother's incessant cigarette smoking. How could you do it, Grandmother?
Matthew, accidents are part of everything.
We didn't even know until the cats chased each other over the walls faster and faster.
I smell corn.
You know, you could kill yourself. Death felt very near that night.
What about the newspaper? The paper just said we had a minor conflagration.
Matthew! Are you and grandmother ready? Remember, we made reservations at 2 o'clock.
Almost ready, Mother. You know something? I'm still shaking. Mother is still spitting angry about it, too.
During the week, I sit by the window at the top of the stairs, and the cats come and sit with me and we watch. And I look outside and mark the weather changes. Did you know the mailman wears an artificial limb? It's his left leg from his knee, you know.
Just promise me you won't smoke in bed again, okay? Do you know what they'll do if it happens again? You won't be able to stay here. Do you know what that means? Do you?
What a lovely tie. Was it a gift from your girlfriend?
No. I mean, I don't have a girlfriend right now.
Hello, Mother. You excited about going to the club for lunch? Matthew, what's the matter? Isn't my dear Marissa helping you get ready?
No, Dad, we just started to choose something to wear. Don't worry, I'll hurry, okay?
You and grandmother come to the front door in about 10 minutes. I'll be outside waiting for everyone in the car.
Where is Nell? Have you seen Nell anywhere? She gets so pesky and then hides. Is she hiding upstairs?
Listen to me. Nell isn't here. Nell is not here. Remember? Nell doesn't stay here. Nell lives in Massachusetts. Now you're staying with us.
And when she makes the tea, she forgets you now. She lets the kettle whistle. Is that her in the kitchen?
Matthew, where's your father? I need him to help me with this window. It just won't close. So, and how is our insidious little arsonist Marissa
Mother,
today?
please don't start. That's Mother you hear, Grandmother, not now. Oh, Dad went to get the car.
You know, I'm starting to worry about Nell. Her hearing, you know, and her sight isn't too good just now. She couldn't see the steps and she fell down the stairs. Oh my, and she cried and cried, but I couldn't get out of bed to help her. I thought to myself, if she dies, I'll lose my only friend. Then who will look after me?
Well, clearly my decrepit Marissa could only be someone who isn't afraid of fire. Someone who can't smell smoke. Perhaps someone who's interested in self-immolation. Marissa, can you make sense of who we are to one another, Matthew and I? Matthew, see, your dear grandmother is a blossom gone wrong. She's an ancient vegetable.
She isn't going to heal any faster sitting by herself. Tell Nell to come here this minute, Matthew.
God, I need a drink.
Dear Marissa, Nell only came here to bring you. Then she left. You remember the day that... You remember that day, don't you? We had the Kents over for dinner.
I'd like my tea now, Matthew. Would you be a darling and bring me my tea?
Well, I want to get you ready. Father asked me to get you ready for lunch. You, Father, Mother, and I are going to lunch. Aren't you excited?
Those cats are always stealing my glasses and hiding them. Have you seen my glasses?
Look, you're wearing your glasses.
Nell!
Please, it's me, Matthew. Please don't shout. You're just upset Mother.
Oh my, it's getting late. When is my bath?
Forget the bath. It's only lunchtime. It's bright and sunny outside. Come on, let's get up and get ready. Hurry up, please.
Where are my slippers? I need my slippers.
God damn it! Where is Joe? Matthew, are you still dressing that dotty old mannequin? Your father isn't going to help me, then I need your help. Would you please come here?
We gotta get dressed for lunch, quickly. After all, today is St. Valentine's Day. I'll be up in a minute.
Be a dear, Matthew, and bring me up a fresh gin and tonic when you come.
Oh yes, and candy and flowers. Where's my cigarettes?
First of all, I'm throwing out these damn cigarettes. That's it. Grandmother tries to grab cigarettes. They struggle. He pulls away with the cigarettes. Grandmother drops her glasses, gets down on her hands and knees to search for her glasses. Betty lights a cigarette and blows smoke in Grandmother's face.
Get with the program, Granny.
Tomorrow's St. Valentine's Day, and in the morning be time, and I am made at your window to be your Valentine. Shakespeare, Hamlet.
Yes, I would very much like for you to be my Valentine, but right now we need to go, and we are still waiting, so let's get you dressed.
Then up he rose and donned his clothes, and up the chamber door, let in a maid, then out a maid, never departed. Shakespeare,
Grandmother,
Hamlet.
we don't have time for this right now. I'm going to dress you. He busily undresses her arms and rummages through the closet. Betty pushes her down into a chair.
Tell me, Marissa, do you know what time it is? I'll make it easy. Time of day. Is it morning, afternoon, evening? Time for the bathroom?
Betty lifts Grandmother's dress and peers beneath.
The worst thing about the bathtub is that you can fall in and drown. Today I'm going to sponge myself. Is that the kettle?
Well, this will have to do. Okay, first get out of this robe and then into this dress.
Oh, it's terrible in here. The sink is dirty, and the bathroom smells of feet, and that toilet it gurgles and burps all the time. Green soap. Awful. I'm going to call the management.
You will be the prettiest lady at the restaurant. So how do we keep the slip from falling down between your over your knees?
The music stopped. It's so quiet in here.
She starts to cry.
This is very unbecoming for Lady Macbeth.
Don't talk. Please, come on. And don't move your head. Be still. I'm gonna color your lips. Damn it! Now there's a streak across your face. Puts up a mirror to her face.
Matthew, I look terrible.
Don't cry. If you cry, I'll leave.
Please don't lock me in here again.
Would you like one of your pills?
Sleeping pills will do nicely now. Thank you.
This joke and this mess around here with you and Mother, you just have to talk with her a little, that's all. You know, just talk with Mother at lunch today. You'll do that much for me, won't you?
Oh, Matthew, I'm so tired of all this. Betty is such a pill. Even when she isn't drunk, she's becoming rare. She refuses to speak to me. Betty speaks at me. I feel radioactive.
I know what.
Or something.
I'll get you some sherry, and then I'll go up and help Mother. Think of something you both can talk about. Something that you have in common.
What? Like my son, Professor Joe? You promised to help me, not to force me to become the pleasing parrot of the house.
Don't you listen? You're headed for prune whip, bedpans, and slow shore medicated torture.
Where the hell is everybody? I've been waiting out in the car for 10 minutes already. Matthew, why aren't you ready?
Joe, you might start telling me when you go off on one of your stupid meanders. I had no idea you left the goddamn house.
Betty, why aren't you ready? You know we have a 2 o'clock reservation at the club.
Oh, balls, Joe.
God damn it, Betty, we have to be there in a hurry.
Then get your goddamn mother out of the den.
Wait, are we going to ruin another one of our promising outings?
Matthew, I suppose you must drag yourself one rug higher up the ladder to heaven.
We have to leave now. Grandmother, here's your coat.
Where is the glass collection?
What? Forget the glass collection. It's packed away for now. Here, your coat.
Why are all the carpets rolled up in this house?
Mother's having some painters in, so she asked me to ready everything, okay? Now, don't worry. Nothing will change in here. Let's go.
Betty, what color will you paint this room after I die?
Paint it. I'm going to burn it. That is, if you don't burn it first.
No, look, nobody is going to die. Now, let's go.
Joe, what was all that noise about last night?
There was a discussion about finances. I'm sorry if Betty and I kept you up late again.
I rarely sleep, so I watch and wait and listen. Betty, do you have those dreams these days?
Sure. I have the same dream. I'm driving you to Shady Acres Pillow Farm.
Funny. You know, I had a dream last night. I was in a boat on a pond, floating without any oars. Tall flowers stood up high around the pond, towering over the water's edge. Hot, bright sun overhead. The bees started buzzing louder and louder to a deafening volume. Grandmother, you came to the pond's edge. You stood there asleep and reached out your arms to me.
Like when you were my best young man coming to me in the night.
No, it didn't happen like that.
It's a lovely dream.
No, you don't understand. Something terrible happened to you, and it was me who...
I know, Matthew. You were my angel of mercy. You'll see. Even the memories will change.
All right.
You won't ever have to leave here if you don't want to.
Shall we go?
I promise you this. She takes a knitting needle and holds it to her heart. Matthew comes to her and places his hand over hers, the one in which she holds the knitting needle. They tightly embrace. Don't worry. We have some more time.
Oh, we couldn't find a cab to drive us past 110th Street. No, not yet. We just walked in. Because. Of course I do. All right. Give me an hour, okay? All right. Bye.
Who's that?
A friend of mine. You don't know him.
Yeah. What's his name?
What's the difference? You don't know him.
Don't be snotty with me.
Fine. His name is Alan.
Was he at the party tonight?
Yes, he was.
The one you were mauling? The
What?
tall, dark-eyed leather pants, the one you were mauling?
I wasn't mauling anyone.
I saw you. Well, I guess you were just being helpful. He'd forgotten to clean his ears this morning and you offered to do it with your tongue.
Jamie, we were just talking.
About what?
I don't know, just dumb party talk.
And since when does superficial conversation require mouth-to-mouth resuscitation?
Jamie.
Jamie, what do you mean? Wait a second. That wasn't Alan, was it?
What do you... Who?
Lying, selfish, manipulative Alan. You're the star of your I hate men monologue the first night we met.
Yes, it was.
I knew this was going to happen. I've felt this coming for weeks.
What's happening?
Oh, please, don't pretend you don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jamie.
Why do you always make me say the things that you should say?
What do you mean?
Just that. I knew something was wrong when you didn't want to come to Robert's country house for New Year's.
I had to spend them with my parents, I told you.
Bullshit, I know when you're lying. You know, most people try to spend New Year's with someone they love. I find it really hard to believe that you were with Mommy and Daddy. But then again...
I was with them.
Yeah, maybe they were at the same party, huh? All makes sense now. You were in such a good mood when you came home the next day. Oh, well, you probably just finished fucking Alan, the Wonder Dick.
I did not. I've never done that to you.
Well, what were you doing tonight then?
I don't know.
You're going back with him, aren't you?
I'm so confused lately. I really don't want to hurt you, Jamie.
I can't believe this. I mean, what is our relationship? Just another life experience?
That's not true.
How can you walk away now? Our commitment ceremony is just 2 weeks away. I mean, we've invited over 100 people. I can't believe this. I mean, we go to one stupid cocktail party, you see your ex-boyfriend, and suddenly, well, there goes everything. Stacy, he hurt you so much.
It's not as sudden as you think. He and I have been talking a lot lately.
God, I really believed in this. I mean, I thought we were going to make history together. We were going to help guide the course of women's evolution. What happened?
It's just so hard on my family. My father's devastated. I've humiliated him. I can't take that.
Yeah, so this is all for the sake of your father's pride? What are you going to do when he dies? You'll have nothing to live for.
It's not his pride, it's mine. I always thought I'd have a normal life, you know? With kids and a house.
Well, we could have a family if we really wanted one.
Jamie, it's not just the family. I want to be proud of my life and of the choices I've made.
funny how things change. I mean, when we decided on the commitment ceremony, you told me how happy you were that you finally found the courage to be who you really are.
Yes, I know. But when my family went berserk, I couldn't help seeing who I really was.
Well, I always knew you were Daddy's little girl.
You know, Jamie, I'm really sorry I didn't grow up in a one-room apartment over a pizzeria like you did. And I'm sorry my father doesn't beat my mother. But I can't ignore what I did grow up with. It's in me, whether I like it or not. And frankly, I'm starting to get a little sick of this woman's crusade.
Crusade? Didn't your father say that he would buy you a house if you married a nice Jewish doctor? That's a crusade if you ask me.
Jamie, I ruined my entire life for you and my family.
Oh, is that how you see it? I thought you loved me.
I do. That's not what I meant.
You're going out with him now, aren't you?
Yes.
So now, after all the plans we've made, you're just going to walk out just like that.
I never said I was leaving.
Oh, really?
The buzzer sounds.
So are you leaving, Sis?
Jamie.
You know, if you walk out that door...
Jamie,
don't
please.
expect to come back here.
Come on, Jamie.
I don't!
I'm sorry.
I think it's strange.
Well, maybe. But there's nothing we can do about it.
I could go look for him
Where?
on Rush Street.
He's a grown man. If he wants to stay out all night, that's his business.
You know what it is? I'm worried about him. That's crazy, isn't it?
No. No, he's your brother.
I'm like a worried parent. I actually hear myself thinking, this is terrible. He's staying out all night. How could he do this to me? I'm a nutcase. Aren't I?
No. Well, I mean, sometimes. I'm a little worried too.
You are.
Yes. Joey. Maybe I should go to New York right away.
Why?
I'd stay with my sister for a while. I see if I can get in for that interview, and then that would let you and Saul be alone.
Saul and I don't need to be alone.
Well, it just might be easier that way.
What do you mean easier? Why should Saul and I be alone?
From behind the door, we hear the sound of a woman laughing and Saul talking in a hushed tone.
Oh! The ghost of gifted Joey.
How you doing, Saul?
Oh, great. Good morning, Marla. I'd like you to meet Claire. Marla, Claire, Marla. Joey, Claire, Joey. This is my brother who I was telling you about. And Marla here is his... How do you two describe this arrangement?
We live together.
Got that. Claire's a dancer. Aren't you, Claire? We knew each other a long time ago.
Really?
Back when I drove a cab, before the war. I just love that expression, before the war. That's when we met. A psalm for the streets, O angel of the city. Lovely woman, I say, you're pretty.
Oh,
Where do you dance, Claire?
She's a stripper.
I can speak for myself, Saul. And I don't call it that. It's erotic art. I dance in erotic shows. And I also model for artists.
We're very open-minded, Claire. You don't have to make it sound so highbrow.
That's right.
Would you like another drink, Claire?
You owe me an apology.
What?
You know.
Calling you a stripper?
Yes.
I didn't mean that.
Still.
Besides, I'm your biggest fan, you know that. I just wanted to get a rise out of these two. Now, how about a queen-size glass for Her Highness?
I'm going to take a flight to New York this afternoon.
Why?
I can't stand this.
What?
I can't be around here when Saul's like this.
Like what?
Drunk at 8 a.m. in the morning with a prostitute on his arm.
Listen, you don't know whether she's a prostitute.
Well, what would you call her? A social worker.
She says she's a dancer and a model for an artist.
I heard her.
Did you? Or did you take one of those, did you take one look at her outfit and pass judgment on her?
What?
Well, as soon as she walked in, I saw the feminist fur on the back of your neck rise.
The feminist fur.
Yes, your judgmentalism.
Oh, stop it.
I'm serious.
Oh, and are you the Bodhisattva of compassion?
I didn't say that.
Sympathy for the devil and empathy for the whore.
I'm not saying I have sympathy or empathy or anything.
And what kind of moral point of view does that leave you with?
I'm not saying, I'm just saying don't be too quick to judge, Marla.
I hate when you talk to me this way.
I'm not trying.
Lecturing me.
I'm not trying to lecture you.
It's a stripper, Joey. A stripper offends the... Oh, Christ. The linchpin of the women's movement began by certain...
I'm not talking about the women's movement. I'm talking about caring and understanding a real situation.
Whose?
Saul's.
Saul's?
Yes. He needs us. Which means he needs us to understand him.
Saul doesn't have anything to do with this.
What do you want me to do? Want me to throw his friend out?
Just forget it.
No, really, Marla. What should I do? Demand that she put on more clothes? Should I tell Saul that we have a dress code?
Forget it. I'm going to New York. You stay here and be open-minded when Saul gets drunk and buys sex.
Marla, please don't go.
Why?
I'm sorry. I don't mean. I'm not trying to lecture you.
Just don't apologize. You sound like you're whining.
Please don't.
Please don't
leave.
plead with me.
I'm not. We have a lot to work through together, you and me. This whole phase.
But I'll be back.
Let's go, Claire.
Gene? How'd you find me?
I was right behind you. That's the whole fucking idea.
What? You don't have any right to come into these people's apartment.
Hey, I'm trying to watch out for you.
I'm fine.
Good. Now let's go. I'm tired. It's been a long fucking night.
You can't tell me what to do anymore, Gene. I'm through for the night.
That's right. And I'm here to take you home, so now let's go.
No. I've got to have some independence, Gene. Now, you promised.
Not now, Claire. I'm tired.
You promised me, Gene. I've got to have some independence.
Let's go, Claire. I'm tired. My fucking head aches.
Hey, I don't think she wants to go with you.
Who the fuck is this?
Friend?
A friend?
Yes.
Don't fuck with me, Claire.
Do something, Joey. Tell him to leave.
You're fucking helpless without me, Claire. Don't fucking forget it, or I won't be around the next time some crazy shit-faced motherfucker...
Hey, would you watch your language?
This doesn't concern you, so shut the fuck up.
Joey, would you do something?
Excuse me. Listen, we don't know each other, but...
Yeah, so just stay the fuck out of this. Let's go, Claire, now.
I have got to have some independence, Jean. So I'm going to stay here and have a drink with my friend Saul. I'll be home later.
Fine. You got my money?
Claire reaches into the top of her boot. She gives a wad of bills to Saul, who hands it to Jean.
Where's the rest of this?
That's all of it.
Don't fuck with me, Claire.
That's all of it, Jean.
Let's go.
Jean starts toward Claire, but Saul blocks his way.
I don't think she wants to go with you.
Excuse me, this doesn't concern you.
Claire's a friend of mine.
Yeah, well, she's my sister. So why don't you just get the fuck out of the way?
Jean tries to get around Saul, but Saul and his crutches sidesteps in front of him. Jean pushes Saul, who loses his balance and falls. From the ground, Saul tries to grab Jean's leg. Violently, Jean backs up and kicks Saul in the ribs.
Joey, do something.
Jean grabs Claire by the arm.
Joey, help her! Get away from me, Jean. You can't make me do anything.
Marla goes to Claire and tries to help her. She grabs Jean's arm.
Leave her alone.
Ah, damn fucking...
He hits Marla in the face with the back of his hand. She falls down to the floor.
Goddamn biting bitch. Fuck. I ought to take her fucking teeth out and shoot.
Stop it. I'll go with you. Just leave her alone. Leave her alone, okay? We're going, okay? We're going.
Marla, you okay?
Get away from me, Joey. Don't touch me. Just get away.
What is it, Marla? Are you hurt? What?
I gotta get out of here. I just gotta get out of here.
What is it? What?
I can't stay here anymore. I just can't stay here.
Wait, Marla, wait!
You just stood there. You just stood there, Joey. You just stood there. Oh, Daddy! No, don't tickle me. No, I don't like the tickle monster. I don't like the tickle monster, Daddy, please. Stop. I don't like the tickle monster.
It's just that I love you so much, that's why I do it. I just can't help myself. Oh, no. Is Jeannie gonna cry? Oh. Nobody loves me. Oh, don't get that face. No, you should be thankful. You really should be thankful. This is the best family in the world. You know, you could belong to a family with a lot of other problems, big problems. Huh? But we love you. We love you. You're so beautiful, Jean. This is mine. This side is your mom, and this is mine.
Oh, Daddy, I can't breathe. I can't.
I'm not gonna let go. I'm not gonna let go.
Oh, Daddy.
No, I'm not gonna let go. You know what the password is? You know what the password is?
Um,
Oh, come on, Jeannie. It's not complicated. Oh, I guess I'm just gonna have to hold on forever.
No, I love you.
So you're having sex with him?
Dad,
What?
I don't really want to talk about it.
Ellen, our daughter doesn't feel close enough to us to talk honestly and maturely to us. We've always been so open with her, and now she's suddenly changed the rules.
Oh, honey, well, maybe you shouldn't ask her about this. You know, the two of you will always start arguing when you talk about her personal life. I think that she should keep some things to herself.
Now, I've worked hard to make this family different than other ones. We tell each other things. I'm very hurt that she doesn't care enough of us to answer a simple question. Now, I wouldn't feel close if there were certain subjects that were taboo. And I'm not going to constantly check myself about what I discuss. That's not fair.
Okay. Yes, I'm having sex with you.
Do you have orgasms?
Dad! I really don't like talking about that.
You know, I bet you would happen if you'd relax more. I really don't think it's just a physical thing.
Yeah.
Well, didn't you also sleep with George and Adam this summer?
Yes.
Jeannie, you know, you have to be more discriminate on who you sleep with. You know, you're going to be the easiest target in Mountain View.
Dad, you know, you always told me it's okay to have a healthy sexuality.
Yeah, boy, are you healthy.
I can't believe you are calling me a slut.
Get back in here. I'm not calling you a slut. I don't want you to get hurt by a bad reputation. Now, you're putting words into my mouth. You always do this, Jane. You distort what I say into what you want to expect to hear.
I do not!
Listen, I'm not going to talk with you if you're hysterical. If you want to have a rational discussion, I will.
No, because you'll just say that I distort things. No matter what I say, you'll tell me that I'm wrong.
I mean, I just can't take any more of this. I told you not to start with him, and God damn it if you didn't listen. Now our only time together this weekend is just completely ruined.
Well, I can't take it anymore either. Janie, I guess I've loved you too much because you can hurt me so bad. You know, you're always yelling at me. Well, I just can't invest so much in you anymore. I guess it's better for us to just be superficial with each other from now on.
Dad, stop. You know that's not what I want. Let's just eat dinner, okay?
Please just stop crying. You know, you look very nice tonight. You know, you should wear tighter clothes more often. And you have such a beautiful Playboy figure. You should show it off, you know? More often. You always wear such baggy clothes. Would you pose for Playboy if they offered you $1 million?
About my job. I know everyone's got a beef about their job. Everyone's got some kind of complaint. I mean, when you get right down to it, working sucks. But I'm not just shooting my mouth off. I've got a real beef. I've been there 3 years now. I'm a cook. A cook, that's really all I am, just a goddamn cook. I mean, I'm not even a chef. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I lie about it. Everyone lies, you know. And sometimes when people ask me what I do for a living, I lie. So big deal, I lie. Like one time, I was on the ferry, and this guy says he's coming home from work, and he asks me what I do. And before I even think, I hear myself saying, I'm a chef. So then we have this long conversation about my job. And I just have to keep on lying, you know? I mean, once you start, you just can't stop. So by the end of the conversation, I'm some hotshot chef who works for a gourmet 5-star catering service on the Upper East Side. I make fancy sauces for meat, colorful garnishes, and delicate pastries. I make fancy things. I even told him that we catered a wedding once, and all by myself, I made a 10-layer wedding cake, white frosted with red rosebuds. He buys it all. He even started telling me about some of his recipes, like for barbecue sauce and stuff. When we said goodbye, he wished me good luck with the company and all. And as I walked up the plank, I felt good about myself, like I'd succeeded. But I also felt lousy. I kept thinking he'd be real let down if he'd known how much I lied. Anyway, like I was saying before, I've been there for 3 years and all, and I do a real good job. I mean, I work hard there. It's a lousy restaurant. You know, mostly short order and fried stuff. We cook some specialty dishes. I work with all guys. I mean, in the kitchen, that is. I'm the only girl who's a cook. There are lots of waitresses, but they don't have to deal with the guys in the kitchen like I do. Like I said, I've been there 3 years, and in the beginning, I liked the job. I even liked the guys I worked with. It was like I was one of the guys. You know, they liked me because I could talk dirty, and when they started giving me shit about something, I could give them shit right back. The other girls aren't like that. They flirt and smile and act all dumb. But me, I'm one of the guys. I can talk about getting wasted on whiskey or wired on coke. I can talk about getting laid or about how the other head cook Jack hasn't gotten any pussy in 2 years. I can do that shit, you know? And at first I really didn't mind it. I kind of liked it. It made me feel like I was part of something. But now I'm fucking sick of it. I am sick of having to play one of the guys because somehow I'm too cool to be just what I am. A girl. I am sick and tired of playing some fucking part so they can feel good about themselves. And the other thing was what happened today. Like I said, we do some cooking in the oven, not just on top of the stove. So anyway, today I was making this chicken dish with gravy and stuff, and I knew that Ron had already lit the oven earlier in the morning. We have this little fucking piece of shit stove, you know, one of those huge old black stoves that you have to light with kitchen matches all the time because the pilots are always going out. It always smells like gas in there, and in the morning when I first get in. But nobody thinks it's a problem. I always worry about that old stove killing us. So today I opened up the oven to check it to see if it was still lit, and all this gas and flame jumped out at me. I was so scared. All I could smell was the stench of burnt hair, and I started saying, oh my God, and I ran out of the kitchen and upstairs to the bathroom. My boss was coming down and he hollers, what's the hell the matter with you, Mona Denise? That's what they call me, Mona Denise. Because even though I changed my name from Denise to Mona, no one can ever get that name Denise out of their heads, so somehow I get called Mona Denise. It's stuck. Anyway, I ran right by my boss and into the girls' room. I looked into the mirror. The skin on my face was fine, luckily. My God, that would have been so awful if my face had gotten burned. My hair was all singed. My bangs were burnt, so were my eyebrows and my eyelashes, but mostly just the front part of my hair. On Tuesday, I'd gone to the salon to have my hair highlighted. It cost me $50, and now my bangs are all burnt. I couldn't believe it as I stood there looking at myself in the mirror. My hair, I know it sounds stupid. I mean, I could have been burnt real bad or killed maybe. I was lucky that way, but my hair looked terrible. It was all dried out. I felt lousy and I started to cry. Jack and Ron came up to see how I was. They were nice enough and all. And my boss came up. He was pretty nice too. I was surprised. I mean, all of us who work there know there's no insurance there. I mean, if anything happens to us, they aren't responsible. So my boss told me to go out and take a break. I got my stuff and walked home. The first thing I did when I got home was call my boyfriend at work and tell him about what had happened. He was nice and all and told me my hair would grow back. He also told me to quit the job. He mentioned the time that they didn't pay me for a month and a half. Besides, he said it was too dangerous, and also he didn't like me being around all those guys all the time. I wanted to quit that time I didn't get paid, but I knew I could quit, and I needed the money, and besides, it was too hard to try to find another job. So my boyfriend and I hung up, and I took a shower and conditioned my hair. When I got out, I still smelled burnt hair, which is a disgusting smell. And you know what? Well, like I said, my boss told me to take a break. But that was at 11 o'clock this morning. Now it's already 2:15 and I haven't gone back yet. I haven't even called in. What the hell? I'm not going back there today. Maybe I'll never go back.
The other woman. Melanie's my name, says this one. Candy was the last one. She's always buying you gifts. The bomber jacket you admired in the Macy's window. Nunchucks from Tokyo Mom said would take your head off. Or $100 fish tie she couldn't convince Dad to wear. Politely say thank you behind her back. Behind her back, you mouth the words, fuck.
At the office parties, she tightened every skinny muscle in her skinny little ass. At Christmas, her dress fit like saran wrap, not a slither of cellulite. Girls from the club say, oh, don't let go. Time is on your side, says your hairdresser as he suggests a new shade of blonde. Oh, those 5,000 nights I have on her. There's not a beauty mark on my body he hasn't seen over and over. Time won't give me back my schoolgirl hair, wrinkle-free breasts, or a second chance for him to go through puberty.
She was the girl of my wet dreams. Even when sleeping next to me, I dream about the softness of her thigh, and the way her hair sticks to her face when she feels head. Setting the alarm clock a half hour early still gets me to the desk a half hour late. Yesterday I jogged 3 miles in the snow. When I got back, I noticed new hair starting to fill in my bald patch.
Cradles me like a precious stone. Considerate, at peace. His dark eyes and gray sideburns make me feel like I'm lying in a bath and my fingers never start to shrivel. Every Friday, he brings me flowers, like my father used to bring my mother, only his are tropical and different every week. When we're at restaurants, he always chooses the right wine. And he looks like a little boy when I rest my hand on his thigh under the table.
Vacations are the worst. She's always hugging him in front of him. Probably no respect. She probably does it on purpose to bug you. She even feeds him rice pudding after dinner, like he's her baby. Pretty soon she'll have the real thing. You see her eyeing those little kids in their carriages, or eyeing a cute pair of red overalls in the Oshkosh window. Her face lights up when she sees twins. Ooh, double the damage. You must have been the cutest baby. She tells you to break the silence in an empty room. She's just buttering you up. To ask you for that antique crib that your mother stored in the basement.
I've been dating lately. Nothing special. Mostly boring accountants with black rimmed glasses or slick doctors with tweed suits and pocket watches. Spring chicken I'm not. My dentist leaned his elbow on my breast the other day while capping my tooth. I think he did it on purpose, but it might be my imagination. Maybe I was just hoping. Well, figures he's married. Just like all my friends. They look at me as if I'm going to lift my skirt up when their husbands, the moment their husbands disappear into the kitchen. The honest ones just don't return my phone calls, unless they need to find out Jack's new phone number.
I don't mind the radio dial turned to hit 40. I don't know why I never thought of having an aerobic instructor come to the house. We have 2 kittens. I've never liked animals before. And she's so good with them. She's good with my kid, too. Treats him like one of her own. He'll come around. We don't talk very much right now. He's going through that age. He jerks if I put my arm on his shoulder. His mother doesn't help filling his mind with all those lies. She never did want me to be happy. Says she sacrificed her career for me and Stevie. She sounds like one of those housewives that bitch on the Donahue show and then go out to lunch every day on their husband's credit cards.
My friends think he's just as cute as a button, like a great big teddy bear. He buys me all those fancy dresses by Chanel and Bill Blass. He loves to zip them up before we go out and then undress me before we go to bed. He buys me books too, real ones. James Joyce, Hemingway, Carver. He signs each one of them on the inside of the jacket. He asked me to marry him in one by that existential guy from France. I love it when he reads to me, sometimes in foreign languages. It always gets me in the mood, at least every second night. I told him I'm gaining too much weight with the pill. He said that we'd use condoms, but I don't think that he'll enjoy himself as much. Besides, they don't always work.
Tells me to hold it, cradle it, and when I don't, he yells at me.
He's your brother, goddammit.
All of a sudden the words half or step are eliminated from his vocabulary.
One big, happy, extended family.
Birthday parties with loot bags, his first steps, first words, teaching him to ride a bicycle, then graduation. Isn't he lucky to do it all over again? Only better this time.
It's usually about 10 o'clock before I get out of bed. I wake up at 8. But I flip through the channels until the voices from the television start to sound like gargle. It's all part of my process. That's what my therapist tells me. It's only been 3 weeks since I saw him pushing that carriage through the mall. Didn't make any sense to me. The baby had his eyes and nothing of mine. It was probably for the best that I confronted it. Now I know that it's really over. Of course, that's what I said 2 years ago when I got the envelope from his lawyers.
When I was young, there was no time to change diapers, watch him take his first step, catch a good moment when we were both in a good mood. It feels real now. Love, happiness, all that sentimental stuff you don't have time for working 14-hour days. I never saw Stevie grow up. It was like one day he was saying Dada, and the next thing I know, we were removing the training wheels off his bicycle. I wonder if that explains his attitude. He barely looks at the baby. The other day I told him that if he didn't change, I couldn't have him near the baby. He told me to fuck off.
I couldn't hold him when I first came home from the hospital. It was so real. I didn't think I would know what to do. But I'm breastfeeding now. It's important he gets a strong start in life. And I put fresh flowers in his room every morning and always have the radio tuned to a classical music station. I have a maid that comes in 3 days a week so I can start getting a career going. Jack suggested teaching classes, but I'm thinking more on the lines of photography because I was always really good at it when I was a child. Besides, it'll give me more free time to spend with my little rosebud. I've already found some wonderful nurseries in the area for him, and they usually lead to the best colleges.
Every time you see him, he seems to be different. His socks match his ties. He wears Calvin Klein suits and drives a red Jeep with a surfer sticker on the front license plate. And the kid is spoiled. She spends all his money on trendy toys, and your bedroom has been converted into a game room. How many times can you sit silent at the dinner table, shrug your shoulders when she asks you a question, or it's a reminder that she's not your mother? How long can you keep comparing her to your mother? How much punishment from you does she deserve? What can it accomplish? Sometimes it's easier to smile and pretend it's all something in the past.
I met him in a bookshop. He was flipping through the Italian cookbooks and breathing in the pictures like he could smell the food. He plays the violin for the symphony, and more than usual, I stayed with him in his loft and listened to him practicing at night. He's still going through a messy divorce, and sometimes we disagree about something. But we pause, look up, smile at each other, like we've both had this argument before.
The other day I ran into a friend from college, and he asked me if I was happy. I laughed at first, but then I saw he was serious. And I nodded and said, of course. I have a beautiful wife, a new baby, and my blood pressure has never been lower. He told me he was going through a divorce with his wife of 20 years. I felt for him, and then I felt for myself. I felt a large, empty feeling inside of me, almost as if something buried deep in the ground was starting to pry its way to the top.
I was thinking of adopting a baby from Guatemala or one of those countries. We're just so fortunate, and wouldn't it be nice if we could share some of our luck with some unfortunate child? The Dickinsons have one from Brazil, and he's just like a little angel. Gets along with the other children, too. Mind you, I wonder if he'll be a problem once he grows up.
Without a Bedecker. Characters, Pegeen, Brian, and a waitress. Pegeen is waiting inside an old pub in Belfast, Northern Ireland. Brian is sitting down smoking a cigarette. They have just caught one another's eye. Pegeen has just mouthed something to Brian and waved. Brian has just mouthed something back to Pegeen. Confused and interested, Pegeen slowly makes her way over to Brian's table.
Patrick,
Hi.
it's so nice to finally meet you. How are you?
Pegeen throws her arms around his neck.
Excuse me?
It's me, Pegeen. How are you doing?
My name is not Patrick.
Oh, I see. I'm awfully sorry. I thought you were my friend Patrick. I mean, you did return my smile. I thought...
Enter waitress. Will you be wanting something?
You can sit down if you like.
I'm so embarrassed. Well, as long as I'm here.
From around here.
Excuse me, but is anybody at this table planning on ordering anything?
Take it easy. Go ahead, order.
Well, I'll, have... Do you have a menu?
A menu.
Yeah, I don't know what I want.
I'll make it very easy for you, dear. It's now 2 p.m. The cook is gone till dinner, and we have beer. So, what do you have?
A beer.
What kind?
Oh, what's that famous Irish beer?
Famous Irish beer.
Guinness, that's it.
Thank you, sir.
You heard her, a pint of Guinness. You're not from around here, are you?
How can you tell?
You're not Irish either, are you?
No. Well, yeah, on my mother's side. But you are. Oh, well, that was stupid. Of course you are.
I'm originally from Dublin, but...
I'm from...
The States.
How did you know? It's my accent, right?
Your manner told me you were American.
Is that good or bad?
That's good. I like Americans. You know how to get the job done and you're fearless.
That's true. I am sitting here having a beer with a stranger I just accosted. I wonder where Patrick could be.
Patrick, your boyfriend.
Oh, no. No, he's not.
Do I look like him?
I don't know.
Try to remind you of him.
Really, I couldn't tell you. I have no idea.
You mean you've never seen him before?
No. I mean, yes. We've never met.
That's odd.
Well, it's not as odd as it seems. You see, Patrick and I have been writing to each other for about a year now, and so when I told him I was visiting Ireland, well, we thought we should meet.
Do you have a picture of him?
No.
And you're supposed to meet him? Here?
Uh-huh.
Didn't he tell you what color jacket he was wearing, or what the color of his eyes or his hair?
No, you see, we had arranged to meet today, Saturday the 20th, at the pub right next to the American Express office. He's probably sitting right next to us, but I don't know who he is. He should recognize me. I mean, don't I look American?
1 pint of Guinness. Anything else?
That'll be it.
A pint? It's huge. It's good, though.
You were smiling when you walked over here.
I was.
Would you be pleased if I were your friend, Patrick?
What do you mean?
Do I please you?
It's nothing like that, really.
Maybe you could become attracted to him.
No, we're just pen pals, and besides, he's gay.
You thought I was gay?
Well, no. I mean, it's difficult to tell.
Really?
No, don't take this wrong. It's meant to be a compliment. European men, I guess, to me, are softer.
Is that right?
Yeah, I really think so.
So, do you think I'm gay?
I didn't say I thought you were gay, but it's hard to tell. I mean, I'm always attracted to gay men. In the States, I mean. If you were in a cafe in New York, I would assume, yes, you were gay. But because we're not in the States, I'd say, no, you're not gay.
Thanks.
I hope I didn't offend you.
You're funny. You're from New York.
Oh, yeah, but I hate telling people that.
Why is that?
Well, they automatically think that you're a con artist, thief, drug dealer.
Well, I don't believe any of those things about you. So, what about your friend?
Looks like we missed each other, although I can't believe it. I mean, don't I look like someone who's looking for someone?
I thought so. I've got to make a phone call. You'll be here, right?
Yeah.
He exits. Begin takes out a book and begins to read. Brian returns.
What's that you're reading?
Oh, you scared me.
That Joyce by any chance?
Yes, it is.
I hate Joyce. Don't see how you can read him.
How can you hate Joyce?
He's a fucking Dubliner who wrote about fucking Dubliners.
Well, it just so happens that I'm reading that very book.
What book do you happen to be reading?
Dubliners. It's my travel guide.
I knew you were lost.
Maybe you can help me. Are you from around here?
Of course I'm from around here. Do you think I'm a tourist in this goddamn place?
I don't think you're a terrorist.
Who are you?
I'm so sorry. I haven't introduced myself. My name is Begin. And you are?
I asked if you thought I was a tourist as well.
No, you asked me if I thought you were a terrorist.
I said tourist. Tourist.
Sorry.
Mind if I have some of that beer? Look, if you don't want to share that beer,
Take as much as you want, jeez. So, what do you do?
who wants to know?
I'm just making polite conversation. What's wrong with you?
Nothing. It's just that book, that's all. You shouldn't be reading it.
Is there a law against reading Joyce in Dublin?
Dublin? Did you say Dublin? Do you think you're in Dublin?
I'm using Irish money, drinking an Irish beer, talking to an Irishman.
I've got news for you. You're in Ireland, all right, but you ain't in Dublin.
What's that supposed to mean?
You're in Belfast, the capital of Northern Ireland.
This isn't Dublin? Really? Oh my God. Poor Patrick. How long does it take to get to Dublin? Oh my God, I'm still on U.S. time. I'll never make it. I didn't know Ireland had two capitals.
You really are something, you know that.
Well, what is the difference between Belfast and Dublin?
You really want to know?
Yeah. You see, I don't have a Baedeker.
We're going to liberate ourselves from fascist Great Britain. We're in the middle of a revolution, and we'll petro-bomb our way to freedom.
So, you're occupied, like the Baltics?
Worse, like the Palestinians.
Now that you mention it, I think I did read somewhere about that. It's like Americans occupying the Indians' land, right?
Yeah, but you've already wiped out the Indians, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
That one tribe in Quebec were giving the Canadians a time of it, but they gave up, for now.
If you're in the middle of a revolution, how come I never heard of it?
Because you're from the colonies.
America is not a colony. Hey, what's that on your ring?
Brian removes his ring and hands it to Begin.
2 Guinnesses.
Begin is playing nervously with the ring.
Have you ever, killed anybody?
Don't know.
How could you not know?
Sometimes, afterwards, I read in the newspaper that people have died. I don't know for sure if I'm responsible.
Kill innocent people?
I said I don't know if I do or I don't. We're all soldiers. In a war zone.
The waitress brings the beer. Brian gulps one down, grabs Begin by the neck, and violently kisses her on the mouth.
Hope you get to see Dublin. Sorry I wasn't your friend.
He exits. Begin stands up to call after him. She's surprised, upset, and a little tipsy. She realizes Brian has left his ring. She runs out of the pub after him. A bomb explodes. She stands frozen.
Sorry, this bench is taken.
All I didn't know was your bench.
It's not, but I was here first.
So what?
I like being alone.
Big deal.
You didn't want to be sitting next to me anyway.
I really don't care.
I suppose it doesn't really matter to you. There's no one here to see you.
Stop bugging me, okay?
No, I want you to tell me why.
Why I what?
So you've already forgotten.
Forgotten what?
Forget it.
Seems like I've already forgotten it.
Why don't you just carry on drooling over your tits and bums?
Good, I'm glad you said that, because that's exactly what I've been wanting to do all this time you've been bugging me.
Exciting.
You wouldn't know, would you?
Why are you really sitting here?
Because I like it here.
You're alone with me.
So I'm alone with you.
Why did you do it?
Why don't you just shut up?
Why don't you go and look at your tits somewhere else?
I told you, I like it here.
But I'm here.
Yes, you're here, and I'm here.
At least you're willing to admit that much. Why do you hate me?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
You see, I don't understand why you need to sit here next to me alone when you needed to beat the shit out of me 3 days ago.
You're a jerk, that's why. You bug people. You never stop. You just go on and on and on.
Why don't you do it again? Go on.
Here. Why don't you take this? It'll distract you. It's got a man in it. Shows his ass.
I don't want it.
Here, take it. I'm sure it'll excite you. It's got a naked man in it. Here, I want you to have it.
I said I didn't want it.
Yeah, you can get it later.
Do you know anything about Kristallnacht?
No.
The night of broken glass. Kristallnacht. Sounds kind of perfect, don't you think? I wish I could have been there. Look. Wasn't it quite perfect?
You're crazy.
It must have been grand. Big fires all over the place. People kicking windows, shattering glass everywhere on the streets, like frost. Jews had to wear yellow stars so they could be rooted out.
And you'd have been wearing a yellow star.
Not me.
Hey, you.
I don't look Jewish. Everyone says so.
So?
So they wouldn't have known.
They must have had lists of Jews. I'm sure they did.
Want to hear the SS anthem? I know it. Der feine Hook, der reinen dich geschlossen, der marschiert mit mutig festen Schritt. Kämmernd den Refrain, der Reich schon erschlossen, mit reiten Gießt uns in Brennen Lied.
Jesus, you're fucking crazy.
It's class time. Let's go.
Don't go.
Guys,
Don't.
what do you want me to say?
I'm interested.
Do you know that queers had to wear pink triangles?
How did they know?
No what?
Who was queer and who wasn't?
They had lists, like with the Jews. You should know.
Well, where'd they get that from?
They were informers, people who knew.
What did they do with the queers?
They threw them into jail first, then they gassed them like the Jews.
How do you get to know about this stuff?
Maybe we better go to class.
Maybe we better.
No, let's stay.
A while ago, you just wanted me.
Have you ever done it with...
Oh, Jesus, I knew that was coming.
You knew what was coming.
What do you mean by that question?
Well, if you knew what I was asking, why don't you just answer?
Well, maybe I have, and maybe I haven't.
A few days ago, you were beating the living shit out of me, telling me
What?
how much you
Telling
hated
you
queers,
what?
and now you're telling me like you were going to tell
What was I going to tell you?
whether you have or not.
What if I have?
It would prove something.
I know what you want.
You must be very clever.
You want me to tell you?
You know I do.
I'll tell you then. Last summer I went to the seaside for my vacation. My parents always rent the same cottage. There was this boy, about our age, maybe a little younger, who lives there all year round.
What did he look like?
He was slim, with fair hair, almost white, and his eyes were a deep, clear blue. His skin was golden from staying out in the sun. He made it clear that he'd noticed me. Every time I looked in his direction, he looked away. And then one day I was standing on the diving board at the pool, and he was watching me from below. My swimming trunks were slightly too tight for me. And I could see that he was looking at me, like he could see me quite naked underneath.
What did you do?
Getting all excited.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. I can see that you are. Your neck's all red. And you're trembling.
You can't just stop the story like that.
I don't want this getting out of control. You're all worked up, I can tell.
You started telling a story and I want to hear the end. That doesn't mean I'm out of control.
You really want me to go on, don't you?
Yes.
I want you to promise that you're not going to get all worked up.
Fuck you.
I won't go on unless you promise.
Okay, I promise.
I swam for a little while. And I shot the occasional glance at him. Then I got out of the pool, close to where he was standing, and I dried myself with my shirt. Then I asked him if he wanted to go running in the dunes. He was hesitant at first. I moved slowly so he could follow me. I knew my parents weren't going to be at the house. I took a difficult route over the dunes.
And you followed?
You bet he did. And then, when we were on the road, I hid behind a tree. He thought he'd lost me.
How did you know?
I could see. He was in a panic. He started looking around for a path he thought he'd missed.
And then you let him catch sight of you again.
You guessed. I beckoned so he knew I was serious.
And then you let him follow you again.
Guessed again.
Did you follow me here?
Maybe.
Why?
We reached the house. There's a white picket fence all around it. I left the gate open so he could follow me in.
Why did you follow me here?
He was taking his trunks off right in front of me. And he had a big hard on.
Why did you follow me here?
You're losing control. And you promised you wouldn't.
I'm not losing control. I just want to know, that's all.
Your body's betraying you. You're red all over. Your neck's all swollen like you've been strangled.
Okay, I won't ask any questions.
I started loosening the drawstring of my trunks. I took my time. I was savoring every moment. He was going crazy. I could see it in his eyes. He couldn't wait. He wanted to pounce on me.
How did you know?
Oh, I knew. It was the way he was looking at me. The way you're looking at me now.
What are you trying to...
So, of course, you know what I did? I told him that he disgusted me, and I told him to get the fuck out of my garden before I killed him.
Why? Why did you let him follow you?
I had to teach him a lesson. The way he looked at me like I was fucking queer.
So now you're going to teach me a lesson. Go on, I'm waiting.
No. You're different.
Why?
I suppose you interest me.
Then touch me.
I can't.
Yes, you can. Close your eyes and touch me.
I can't do it.
Pretend I'm a girl.
It won't work.
What do you know? Just close your eyes and think of one of your photographs.
It wouldn't work.
Why not?
I've never touched a man before.
Try.
I won't like it.
Maybe you will.
I can't. I just can't. It goes against everything.
Just do it without me.
Oh, you're losing control again.
Just do it.
You can touch me.
What?
You can touch me. But just don't expect me to respond. I'm just going to sit here exactly as I am now.
Okay.
And I'm going to close my eyes.
Okay.
Don't expect me to respond.
Okay.
Sing that song.
Death on a hook. Kameraden die Fronten reichen geschlossen, Werkschatten gießen, es ist reinen Miet.
What's that?
Where?
There.
That's the heart.
And next to it?
That's part of the lung.
I didn't realize that they were so close.
They are.
It's like there are things I want to know, but I don't know the right questions to ask.
I remember what it's like to feel that way.
Do you feel that way anymore?
Sometimes I still do.
What do you do when you feel that way?
Look at this.
Well, what's that?
That's the artery that carries the fresh blood from the heart down to
Down where?
the lower extremities.
You mean like the legs?
Yeah.
I thought you maybe meant.
Like what?
I don't know. Well, where does it go?
Down the body here, like this, and then it tends to.
So it's like near the surface?
No, not until it reaches the inside of the haunch. You know how you can feel your pulse on the inside of your thigh?
No.
No.
Well, I can't. Well, just show me here.
It's right here. But you should be able to find it on a human being.
Why?
First aid. And next to the neck, it's the best way to take a pulse.
Oh.
Here, I'll show you. Just put your hand right here.
Right there?
Uh-huh. Can you feel it?
Yeah, I kind of think so.
Let me see. No, not quite there. Look, it's just over a little bit.
Oh, okay, yeah. But there it is. No,
You're silly.
Well, I thought it was
That's not
there.
it. Look, let me show you.
I'll find it. Just give me a minute.
Look here. Okay. Hold on. Here, right
What?
here. Take this finger first of all.
Yeah.
Just one.
Whoa. I can't.
You're not going to feel it. Hold still. What? Can't you hold still?
Oh, no, I can't.
Just relax. Here. I'll show you where it is on me. Right there. Can you feel it?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, so, you've learned something new.
Yeah. Thanks.
Sure.
Thanks a lot.
Now, this right here,
Yeah?
This is the right ventricle,
Yeah?
and that's the left ventricle.
Yeah.
The heart is a very complex organ.
Okay.
I'd just like to thank all the actors. Thank you for coming. The management of the theater has asked me to make an announcement that there's a show going up, Travesties, in the theater right next door in like 4 minutes. So if we can clear out as fast as possible. Thanks.